Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jerove, the only Jerove in the world. Google it, and in today's video, it's going to be straight to the point. It's going to be quick. I'm going to show you how you can change your life in 6 months. So the first thing you need to do is have focus. And this is the exact topic that I spoke about when it came to the group call I just had now with my leveraged creators, the inner circle. So if you want to join my free community, I have that. Link is in the description below. And for those that are wondering, what is LeveragedCreators about? It is helping you tap into the creator economy. And if you already have an existing business, it will help you also because I'm teaching you how to build your personal brand, how to monetize it. And I've been able to benefit from having a strong personal brand and attract 7- and 8-figure clients to work with me, and just a bunch of random opportunities that I've been able to really experience and have. And it wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for having a personal brand, which is the most valuable asset that you can build today in the creator economy. So the first thing is you need to have focus, right? So I'm sure some of you may have seen this, but this is the ball of energy, right? And if you have a ton of things going on in your life, so for example, if you have your agency and then you're thinking about having a ton of, wait, let me start again. So let's say each arrow is your attention. So here, this could represent you running your agency. Here, this could be you balancing school or university. Here could be if you have kids, I don't know. Here could be another thing that you have to put your focus on. You might have a girlfriend, or you might be out clubbing, trying to find a girl or a guy, whatever it is, and you'd have your priorities straight. Here could be you focusing on another business model, another shiny object that has come to your life, and you think that that's a good thing, and you try do another side hustle, and you might have a part-time job because you're not making enough money yet and you want to, make more money. So if you are in a position like this, it's going to be very hard for you to see success in the long term because you can end up burning out since you're doing things that you don't really enjoy. Now, let's take a look at if your focus was dialed in on one model, one vehicle, and one set of, activities that help you move the needle forward, then your focus and your energy can go on one thing. And obviously, when you're running a specific business, when you're running, something that is printing cash, if your energy is like this and it is always, thinking about a ton of different things, you can't really focus on the high leverage tasks. You can't put all of your energy into the high leverage activities that will help you get to the results that you want to see. And this is why I highly recommend that you get clear on your priorities and you set your priorities straight. And for me personally, I run a personal branding and content creation agency, which helps 7- and 8-figure entrepreneurs scale their business through personal branding and content creation. And I also have LeveragedCreators, where I help people turn their passion into profit, tap into the creator economy, and attract more business deals for their businesses and just money-making opportunities in the online space. Now, once you got clear on how you can really focus, one thing that I highly recommend is focusing on the inputs. Because if you are not clear on the inputs and the things that you need to focus on in order to get closer to your goals, you're never going to move and see progress and see success. You're always going to be stagnant. And let me give you an example of what these pieces of inputs are. One example could be focusing on sales activities. And this could involve outreach. This could involve service delivery because you want to retain your clients. And another thing could be you creating content, because when you create content, people get to know, like, and trust you. And that is a high leverage activity that's going to help you generate sales for your business, for your community, or whatever it is that you're running. Now, as you can see, all of these things have one thing in common. Can you guess it? It all requires focus. You can't do all of these things on your own. And maybe in the beginning, yes, you do have to do things on your own. But the way in which you really scale is by finding this one thing. Leverage. I love this word. I've literally named my community Leveraged Creators because leverage is about getting one unit and getting as much out of it as you can. So let's say 1 unit of energy that you get in, and you get 3 units of output, 4 units of output, 10 units of output. So what are the highest leveraged activities that you can do? One thing that you can do is outsource. So what are the things that you can outsource to other team members, contractors, freelancers, and stuff like that? Because then it will allow you to do the things that are your highest leverage tasks, which can be creating content. Because only you can create content. You have to put personal in personal branding. And when you make content, people get to know, like, and trust you. So that's something that I wouldn't outsource. I would just film it myself. I wouldn't get someone else to make the video because people want to do business with me. People want to buy into me, right? That's how you should be as well. And one thing that you can outsource could be editing, because obviously that's time consuming. You've already made the raw footage. Hand it over to a team member. Another thing that you could outsource could be sales or outreach. That's why people have appointment setters in the high ticket online space and people that have an offer in general. So find out what you can outsource so that you can focus all your energy on the things that you are best at and focus on your zone of genius. Because if you aren't focusing on your zone of genius, you are going to be stuck and you're going to burn out. Now, once you've focused on the inputs and what you need to be able to do, you need to have a clear vision. When you have a clear vision, I want you to be as specific as possible. So I want you to think about, what does your family look like? Have you retired your parents? Have you got enough money to give your kids an amazing experience in life and expose them to other opportunities? What do your finances look like? How much money do you need in order to live this life and in order to fund it? And another thing could be faith. How's your relationship with God? For me personally, I believe in God. I'm very grateful. I would not be in the position I'm in if it wasn't for God. And everything that happens in our lives happens for a reason. That's what I truly believe. And in terms of, let's say, your purpose, what is your purpose? Why do you do what you do? If you don't have a purpose in what you do, then you're not really going to enjoy and be able to do it on a prolonged period of time. One question I always ask my mentees and my clients is, why do you do what you do? Why are you waking up every single day and you're still excited? You want to be able to ask the question, what's one thing that you would do for the rest of your life, even if you didn't get paid for it? For me, that would be creating content, building an audience, building a community, and inspiring other people. What is that for you? Okay? So once you've got the clear vision, and I highly recommend that you journal it down so that you can remind yourself, and you can also create a vision board so you can visually see what you're working towards and remind yourself on those tough days when you aren't seeing the results that you want to see, why you're doing what you're doing. And that definitely helps keep you going. I personally have my vision board as my lock screen here on my phone, and that's because we pick up our phone, we're always on our phones every single day, and it's good to remind yourself of the mission that you're on. So that's that so far, and I hope you're making notes, because the source I'm about to give you, the source I am giving you is super, super valuable. And the next thing you need to do in order to change your life in 6 months and make sure that you are on track is to have accountability. If you don't have accountability, you are not going to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. And it's very, very hard to hold yourself accountable in this day and age, because making money online can be very lonely. There are a ton of people that you can see and you are comparing yourself to. They might be the same age, they might be younger, they might be older, and they're living a much better life than you, quote unquote. But you shouldn't think of it that way, because if you're thinking that way, you're coming from a place of lack. You should be grateful for the position that you are in. And if you are in a community where someone is hosting it and is in a position that you aspire to be in, and they hold you accountable and give you the confidence that you are on the right track, you're going to have a lot more success in the long run. The reason being is because you are confident. You know that what you are doing is right because someone that is chapters ahead of you has already been through that and has a good insight and good experience on what has worked well. And I personally hold my members accountable, and we hold each other accountable as well. They hold me accountable. And the great thing about doing this in the long term is it allows you to become someone that is a man of their word. Because let's say, for example, me and a good business friend of mine, Temi, we hold each other accountable on the amount of content that we put out every single week. And if we miss that, one of us, the loser, has to pay the other person £1,000. And obviously, I don't want to pay Temi £1,000 and he doesn't want to pay me £1,000. So we hold each other accountable and actually stick to the output, right? And when you have that accountability and someone is making sure that you're doing the things that you need to get done, you're going to reach those goals. And as long as you focus on the things that you can control and not focusing on the things that you can't control, you'll get closer to the goals that you've set out. Now, one thing that I'm also going to share with you is tapping into the frequency of abundance, right? What does the best version of yourself look like? How do they feel? What do they do on a daily basis? And one thing that I like to ask myself is, what would the version of Jerove that is already being able to scale to millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, what would the version of Jerove that has already helped hundreds and thousands of people through charity do in this scenario? What would the version of Jerove that has impacted millions of lives through his content and his community do in this scenario? And when you tap into the frequency of abundance, opportunities just come and you start seeing the things that you want to achieve manifest into your reality. And this is a very good example that a good friend of mine, Nero, has explained on his channel. So shout out to Nero. I'm taking a page out of your many books and doing some whiteboard riz right now, but on this digital screen. And one of those things is embodying the best version of yourself today. And the way in which he explained it is, let's say you are listening to a radio station and you don't like the song or you don't like the genre of music. What do? You change the channel. And same thing when you're watching something on TV. If you don't like the thing that you are watching and experiencing, just simply change the channel to something that you like. And the same goes for us right now and the lives that we live. The version of you that has achieved all the goals that you want to achieve already exists, right? This is the current timeline that you are in. And let's say the version of you that has already achieved the success is that dotted line right there. Now, how do you bring that into the current timeline that you're in? You tap into that frequency. And like I said, you ask yourself, what does the version of you that's already seen the success do today? And how do they feel? I'm sure that the best version of yourself feels grateful for their family. They're grateful for being able to support their loved ones. They are able to inspire other people, right? These are things that you can experience today. So the way in which you should change your perspective and see it is all the things that you want to achieve in life has already been complete. It's already been done. It's just in a different timeline. And the way in which you bring it into the current timeline is by embodying the best version of yourself today and making sure that you understand that you assume it's already done, because it is already done. And when you tap into that level of frequency, you start operating with abundance. So for those that are watching this, you might be thinking, yo, Jerove is just talking about some weird spiritual stuff. Then click off this video. This isn't for you. But the things that I've said, if they've resonated with you and they make sense, then definitely that is something that, you know, means and shows that you're on the right track, and what I'm doing and what I'm sharing with you is valuable information. So I hope everything that I've talked about today makes sense. This is the first time I'm doing this whiteboard style video, and I hope you enjoy it because I personally love watching people do the whiteboard style videos, and success leaves clues. So I'm gonna take a page out of the successful people's books and implement it myself and make it original. That's what personal branding is all about, and how you can scale whatever it is that you're doing online by building a strong personal brand. And people will end up watching you because your vibe attracts your tribe. You shouldn't aim to please everyone and anyone, because if you please everyone and anyone, you don't end up being personalized and you don't end up hitting that resonance with certain people. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram if you haven't done so already. Right there, Jerove, the only Jerove in the world. Google it. And if you enjoyed this quick topic, make sure that you follow me on Instagram, connect with me, join my free school community, Leverage Creators. It's 100% free. And yeah, let me just wrap up this video. So since the video is about changing your life in the next 6 months, the final thing that you should do, once you know the inputs, you're clear on your vision, and you know exactly what it is you want to achieve, and then you start embodying the version of yourself that's already seen that success, and you operate your life as if you've already achieved that, the final thing to do is be able to make sure that, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, okay, got it. So the final thing you need to do after you've done all the things leading up to this point that I told you to do is dial in your routine, okay? Routine is everything. If you win the day, you win the week. You win the week, you win the month. You win the month, you win the year. You win the years, you win the decade. You win the decades, you win at life. So that is what I highly recommend. And make sure that you are able to dedicate at least 4 hours a day to the needle moving tasks every single day. So is that writing? Is that outreach? Is that sales? Is that creating content? What is going to move the thing forward for you to get closer to your goals? And if you can stick to that every single day and have one day or parts of your day where you rest and don't do anything related to business or work, you're able to work hard, play hard, and never burn out. I personally wake up every single day and I'm excited to get to work and do what it is that I love doing, which is helping people grow their personal brands. I'm growing my own personal brand, and me doing this in front of the camera where there's no one in the room is leveraged, because you're going to come across my video. This video probably might hit, let's say, at least 10 to 50 views. But when I grow my personal brand even more, you're going to be able to watch back at this video and it might have already hit 10K views. Who knows? And that is the power of focus. If you get good at one thing and build an undeniable set of skills, and you build a great skill stack, you're able to really see a lot of success. And I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I just went straight to the point, off the cuff video, as you can see. If you implement every single thing that I went through today, I can guarantee that you see success in the long term and you actually enjoy what you do. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram if you don't do so already, and join the Leverage Creators community. I have a free community and an inner circle. So the things that I put in the free community are things that I really should be paying for. Really should be charging for, but I don't, because I want to gain your trust, and we are growing it to be the #1 personal branding, content creation, and networking community. So that is it from me today. Thank you for watching. Stay hydrated, stay motivated, and stay blessed. Deuces.